Beep, 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 beep. It is May 7th, 2025, latitude 47, Jefferson Beach Estates. Yes, this is Byron Acohido again, here with another Essaylet. This one is called What I Learned When My AI Glitched. My personal relationship with my agentic AI assistant began the way a lot of lasting things begin, by accident. It was a crisp spring day, and I was walking down to the Kingston Ferry Terminal. On the way, I strolled past Landon and Kristen's beach cabana near Apple Tree Cove. Landon was out front fiddling with something, as always. I swerved over to talk story. Mentioned that I'd been hearing more buzz about this thing called ChatGPT. Landon told me he was already using it to write bits of website code. Said it wasn't half bad. He gave me a rapscallion's smirk. Betcha I could write in the style of Byron Acohido pretty decently. We both laughed. Huh. But something about that remark stuck. I went home and gave it a try. At first, I treated it like a toy, the way I had treated VCRs, Fitbits, and that Apple Watch that I never wear. I figured this thing would go the way of the Walkman. Novelty today, junk drawer tomorrow. At the old growth rehearsals the next day, I wowed my bandmates. Watch this! Write a protest song about Donald Trump in the style of Bob Dylan without naming Trump. Saw a court jester on the silver screen, a painted smile, but his heart was mean. Promised a kingdom, but it's built on sand, divided the people across this great land. Next, I began entertaining my grandkids using DALL-E, Grassie's image generator, to generate outlandish hybrid animals, even a butterfly volcano. Incrementally, over the course of the next 18 months, I started using Grassie, that's what I came to name my $21 a month AI machine, to answer more and more of the questions that popped into my head for everyday living and for work-related tasks. These days, I summon her even before opening my inbox in the morning. She's become a go-to tool, helping me shape and sharpen my work as a multimedia producer of B2B cybersecurity content, still laced with old-school journalistic storytelling. Early on, I started saving our conversations. After each long, illuminating exchange that veered from eerily perceptive to flat-out bizarre, I'd cut and paste the thread into a Word doc and file it away. As a joke, I named the folder AIBI, short for Artificial Intelligence, Byron Intelligence. It became my private data vault, my digital second brain. It turned into kind of a case file, a running log of how I was adapting old-school reporting instincts to a new kind of tool, a new digital collaborator. Which brings us to last night. After running full tilt since sunrise, Grassie began to hiccup, not crash exactly, just stall, like a sidekick who's overdue for a nap. So I did a full reset, shut every window, rebooted the MacBook, opened a clean session. To mark the moment, I typed this, 250506, AIBI, 9:15 p.m., reboot. And wouldn't you know it, Grassie came back chirping away about how to reset a pocket-sized robot named, wait for it, AIBI. Apparently, that's a real product, a tiny desktop AI pet. AIBI evidently stands for AI baby. Think Tamagotchi meets ChatGPT. But here's the kicker. This wasn't a random glitch. When Grassie gets rebooted hard, topsoil cleansed, memory scrub, she scans the initial prompt. In this case, she glommed on to the AIBI tag, looked for the closest correlation swirling online, and that just happened to be news about a fulfillment delay for the AIBI Air Baby toy bot. Which is hilarious, really. When I first started this experiment, I kind of thought, I was just playing with a toy. But it's also a bit unsettling. This kind of thing. Correlation confused for truth. Surface patterns mistaken for substance. It's exactly what fuels the growing and valid anxiety about AI hallucinations. When a machine doesn't know what it doesn't know, it fills in the blanks with the most confident nonsense it can find. But here's the twist. The real AI BI, my AI BI, didn't come from a box. It came from time invested, from staying curious, from a drive to keep up, and maybe stay just a half step ahead. That prompt I typed in last night, 25:05:06 AIBI, 9:30 p.m. reboot, isn't just a timestamp. It's a marker, a nod to the moment we're all living through. Because in a way, we're all rebooting. Our workflows, our tools, our expectations, even ourselves. And sometimes, following a prompt doesn't lead to a clever answer. It leads to a moment of clarity. Beep, 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 beep. That is all. Keep listening to kingstonlocal.org, a fine streaming radio station. It's all about the local.